This 1 Degree Outside video is brought to you by Attitash Mountain Village. Book your stay directly through the link on our homepage, onedegreeoutside.com. Good morning to you, Matt Noyes. Starting out a new week. Some of you may be off today. Others of you may still be getting right back into the routine. But either way, we're edging toward the new year, and we're going to do it with a totally new weather pattern. Not yet. You've got the mild air that was in place when you went to bed last night. If you like the milder air, enjoy this while we have it, because it comes to a crashing end as we get particularly to Thursday is when you're going to feel it. The changes really begin on Wednesday. And I got to tell you, to Danielle and I, it looks like really we're into a wintry pattern once it gets here on Thursday for weeks and weeks on end. It may be for the whole rest of January in some way, shape, or form. The colder air, the higher chance of snow, things of that nature. A reminder, as the rain is coming through this morning, you could track the live radar, see where it's going, and that live radar is sponsored by CrackX. We thank them as always. You'll see it on the radar page if you download our app, Noyes 1 Degree Outside Weather, on the App Store and Google Play. All right, let's dive into it here. The rain that's coming through now with the downpours. In general, it's quick enough that it's only dropping either side of a half inch. Some folks as little as a quarter, most of us a half to 3/4 of an inch. Notice by noon with a timestamp in the top left of the screen, we've got the back edge still predicted to be coming through Boston. The sun already out when you get into western New England. That continues to push east by the end of the day, although notice in Maine we're on a slower time frame, but certainly no colder. You've got the warmth that comes all the way beyond the Canadian border, and we're into the rain for everybody. There is no saving grace with snow for winter sports enthusiasts on this one. By evening, you're still running in the 40s in central and southern New England. You're down to the 30s when you get farther to the north, and even by 8 p.m., there's not a lot of change to that either. Now, we talked last evening, if you missed it, in Evening Essentials, about how we'll try and make up for some of this on Wednesday in the mountains, and then the new weather pattern, and we'll talk more about it in Insights, the deep dive coming up in a little bit. Look at these high temperatures. This is crazy, 55 to 60. A lot of this is done really in these next few hours while the rain's coming down. But again, the sun comes out later on, and it may not be quite as warm, but you're still going to run in the 50s. It's going to be a fantastic afternoon once the rain is over. Same thing in central New England for that matter as well, over 50 degrees, all the way up to Enfield, New Hampshire, all the way up to Barton, Vermont, and out up to Skowhegan in Maine. So we all have the warmth. Now, it's been windy around this morning coming out of the south. That wind's going to come out of the west-southwest later, and it'll come down a little bit. So after getting gusts of 40 and an isolated gust of 50, when you get to some of the exposed spots near the south coast, particularly on the Cape, we're talking about what's going to shift around and calm down a little bit later on. And then tonight, generally, it's that west-southwesterly wind, temperatures dropping down into the 30s. So that's kind of the transition that we're looking at coming up over the course of the next 24 hours. Here's the extended forecast. And once we get to Thursday, there's that change in the pattern. But I'm telling you, it is not going back. I mean, once you make that flip, you got a higher chance than normal of accumulating snow beginning of next week, somewhere around Monday the 6th. You got a higher chance again toward the end of next week. But it looks like the cold air continues. We may not be cold enough on some of those temperatures next week where we've got 20s. It may be a little colder than what you see there, but that's the outlook for now. All right, make it a great start to your day. We'll see you with Insights at Deep Dive coming up at onedegreeoutside.com and on the app in just a little while.